What you doing? What's up there? You see something up there? What do you see? See something? Hold up. Not the jewelry box. Ain't nothing in that jewelry box, bro. Ain't nothing in the jewelry box, bro. Yeah, you can't. You too big to explore explore my cupboard. Damn. Okay. This is my classic album review by the album Awake by Godsmack. This was their second album they put out, which followed. Hold up, if I'm not mistaken, this is the second major label debut, major label that they put out. This album, when they recorded this album, they recorded this inside of a warehouse because they didn't want to do it in some upscale high end music studio. They wanted to give it that they wanted to give it that raw sound, which they end up achieving with 11 bomb ass tracks. With this album, with this album, it showed the type of presentation that they once again displayed from the previous album, from their previous major label debut album. Uh, uh, some of these songs have been extremely played to this very day and extremely popular, especially amongst the U.S. military when they play songs like "Sick of Life" and "Awake," uh, which uh, which uh, which have been staples in certain popular scenes. Like a track like this album by Godsmack came out around May 31st, 2000, which is almost 18 years ago. But like it had that vibe to it. It said it said Erno, like when he was recording this, he said he wanted to he said he liked the tougher sound and the very raw edge that it had to it. He said it's not very polished. He said, but it still has a lot of grooves and it still has power, a lot of power. Like with tracks like Bad Magic and Vampires, which was a spoken word album. It dated back to the original Godsmack album. It had a song on there called "Going Down," which was supposed to be on the first album, but like it was exchanged for the second track called "Whatever." Like, I'm doing the best I ever did, like that song. But it debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200s and sold 256,000 copies in its first week. Like the album went on to sell like 2 million. But they won they got a Grammy nomination for the song "Greed," but but Greed in Vampires, if I'm not mistaken. Like a track number one, "Sick of Life." That song, I think that song really speaks to me because like when I heard that song, I was going through a lot of depression. I think I was I was fresh out of high school. I was dicking around in college. I didn't know what the hell to do. Like I was extremely depressed. Like this song made me feel a certain type of way. Like when I heard the song "Sick of Life," I'm like, sick of my life. I'm tired of everything. Like I was depressed and suicidal when I around this time. That song became my anthem. "Sick of Life." That without a doubt, that song became my anthem. I played that song repeatedly because that's how I felt. And then track number two, it sounded like some revved up riot want to kick somebody in the face song. Like, wait another minute, can't you see what this pain has fucking done to me? I'm alive and still kicking. What you see, I can see that maybe you think before you speak. I'm alive. For you, I'm awake. That song, the breakdown. Taking it back on the felon me. Taking a step back so I can breathe. I can breathe. Like that song, and then after that's a song, "Greed," singing about some man who was greedy. Like I like they did a video about that the song "Greed," which is talking about their greedy landlord who kept giving them a hard time, kept hassling them, and it had that feel to it. Like I said, Two Face, I see you growing under my skin, sickened by your face. By the way, to think that you're so fucking kind, you ain't to find. Now I feel like that song. I love the way the delivery of that song, like especially when Sully go like, "Hey, little bitch, you." Oh, that his guttural guttural tonal song style of singing, which he added on to it. I really like that song too. And like after that's track number 4, Bad Magic. Like, can it feel so bad? Bad magic play to me. And like, I like that song too. Like the first 4 tracks always capture me when it comes to Godsmack, to this album. And then track number 5, Going Down, which appeared on their first demo, which I believe should have been at least on the first album. Like that song, and then Mistakes, Tripping, Forgive Me, those are excellent songs. Like which has that Sully Erna touch to it. Like those songs just have that Godsmack style. Like Godsmack is in a class of their own. They have a style of their own. You don't hear any other band that sounds like them, because Sully Erna, he put the band at that height, at that level, and at that height of their own style. Like of course, Vampires, which was a spoken word, which came from the TV show Mysterious Forces Beyond, and then the instrumental Journey, and then it topped it off with the song Spiral. This album Awake was a great follow up to their first album. Awake was in the class of their own, especially with songs like Greed, Bad Magic, and Sick of Life. Those were my favorite songs on there. I really like this album by Godsmack, because when I first bought this album and I played it consistently, it spoke to me. It made me feel a certain type of way, because I was 18 years old and I was depressed and suicidal. But hearing songs like Sick of Life, Awake, and Greed made me feel a certain type of way. It made me going off the edge. And that's what I like about this album. All right,